Welcome to I Just Watched. I'm Joseph. We're about to discuss The Hunger Games, Songbirds, and Snakes. Spoiler warning if you haven't seen it or if you haven't read the book. I haven't read the book, being honest. So, however, after seeing this, I do want to read the book. Same way with the original. When I watched the first Hunger Games, I was like, oh, I like this. I'm going to have to read these books. And I read the first two. I probably should finish it, all right? But don't judge me. We're here to discuss this one. And I actually want to read the book now because I like the world that was brought to life. It brings us back to the early days. I mean, we get to see a bit of the war that set in stone the Hunger Games, the reason we are how we are, the reasons the districts are how they are, the capital and such, the world building that we know from the Hunger Games. And I gotta give it to Tom Blythe as young Snow. I think he killed it because he carries this movie. The weight of this movie is on his shoulders. Also, I didn't know that Tigris was his cousin, which makes him more of a monster than he already was for the others. But in this one, you sympathize with him. You want him to win. You're rooting for him. He's a good guy. He's trying to do better for his family because amongst the rich, he's poor. Amongst the rich, they're suffering. They're about to get evicted. He doesn't eat so they can eat. He grows this affection to Lucy Gray. And when Zegler is singing, damn, I didn't know she could sing, but she got some pipes on her. Oof, I love the musical aspect they added to this, and I feel like an idiot because I didn't catch that in the title, Songbird. I was just thinking Mockingjay, like, they're trying to do a play off that, but then she actually sings, and that's like a big part of her character, and she sings very well. So the added musical aspect was great. I actually really liked that. And Viola Davis as almost a comic book style level villain with this over the topness, I actually liked it. There's moments when it got a little. She needed to pull the reins in just a smidge, but I liked it. She was crazy. She made you kind of be like, oh, a little scared. Like, she was ready to pull the trigger on everybody with no hesitation, no remorse. I mean, Peter Dinklage as the creator of the games, I was like, why is he such an asshole? The whole time I was curious. This movie made me want to know more about these characters, more about this world. We do get to see what happens during the 10th annual Hunger Games. The games itself is the lesser part of this story. It's more the development of them, and that being the marketing, the approach of finding sponsors, creating the show, creating the spectacle that we know from the original books, from the original series. And I like that aspect. You see the political nature of him trying to do things, and you see how Snow was trying to win, yes, to better his family, but he grew to love and have an actual connection with Lucy Gray. And I can't, fuck her from my heart. I liked her character until one little thing, and she was like, I can't trust him, I gotta dip. And she like leaves him stranded, and it looks like he shoots her. I hope she's dead. I dislike the fact that we don't know. I dislike the fact that we don't know for sure if she's dead or not, but it looks like he shot her. But then it plays into the moment earlier in the movie when she's singing and he's like, is Lucy Gray alive? And they're discussing the song, and she's like, I like to believe so because she's a survivor. We're all survivors. And she just flew off. That is paid off. That was a foreshadow to the end where he shoots. You hear her kind of, and then he's following her steps, and her steps just cease to exist. She flew off. However, the first two chapters of this 3-chapter movie, I say that because it breaks it into 3 chapters, like the mentor, the peacekeeper, I think the games, or I can't remember the middle one, I apologize. But I really like that aspect, and those first 2 chapters were perfect. This movie felt darker, which felt more fitting to the world that I remember from the books, because the books, to me, have a darker tone. They're a little bit more serious, a little bit more dangerous in that aspect, and we get that in this one, which I really liked. I really enjoyed that. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I'd recommend it. It's rewatchable. I want to watch it again. I'd be okay, because I was definitely hesitant. I was like, I don't know if I care for prequels and such like that. Like, the world is done, because I didn't like the way it ends in the book, in the movies, the original series. So I was hesitant because of that. However, I'm kind of wanting a little bit more. I'm not going to lie. A little bit more of Snow, a little bit more of the games themselves. There's more characters, more world that exists that I'd be okay with diving into. But I want to hear your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? What's your favorite Hunger Games movie? Favorite book? Love hearing from y'all. But until next time, stay safe, be well, y con mucho amor. Adios.